Nice one. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the RGM Experience podcast. A podcast, ladies and gentlemen, where we delve into the grassroots music industry and beyond and find interesting people within it. And today is no different, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Jack from the Bracknall. Morning, mate.
Morning, mate. How you getting on?
Yes, sound. I've just been admiring your retro Holland top that you're wearing for us today, mate. Nice.
Thank you very much, mate. It's always nice when when someone sees class.
You spot it. There we go. Spot it from a mile away. Well, we were just saying, I had the pleasure of having a little chat with you Bridlington recently, live by the sea with this feeling. You played there for the last couple of years, mate. What an event that is.
Yeah, brilliant. What a venue and all.
Yeah. I had the pleasure of meeting a lot of the ultras as well, the Bracknell fans out there, just out there in the crowd, and they're a lively lot as well, mate.
Yeah, mate. We do well. They travel in numbers. They've all got their shirts on, so you can't miss them. Yeah, it's good. They're a good bunch.
Yeah, nice one, nice one. So yeah, so just I do like to reflect a little bit, and just seeing you for the last 2 years in Bridlington at Live by the Sea and that community you've built around the band. When you're inside the eye of the storm, how does it feel for you when you've got all the ultras following you and you've got these new tunes out, you just had a new single out, you've got a new tour that's coming up, Isle of Wight's announced. What's it like in the middle of the storm, in the eye of the storm, mate?
You're just always going. It's always the next thing, so you rarely get a chance to sort of sit and think about it. I suppose every show we do, like now. Yeah. For years and years, you go, you play gigs to fucking Freeman and his dog in a boozer somewhere, and you want those big gigs with the big reactions. And I suppose that every time you get that, that's the moment you go like, "God, we've done all right here." Yeah. But apart from that, you're always just trying to, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? What's the next thing?
Yeah. So how long ago was it that you were playing to like 10 Men and a Dog in pubs? So not too far away, long ago, was it? Or?
I suppose it was like during COVID is when it started really kicking off for us. Yeah. We've been going for like years and years, but never, like different versions of the band and for when you're starting out, you're shit, ain't you? Well, we fucking certainly. So it was like, it was probably COVID. We put a tune out and we did a music video for a tune called I Don't Understand It. And it sort of went from there, like. And it's just gone strength to strength. Like the first gig we did after COVID in London was sold out, and then they've just got bigger and bigger ever since.
Yeah. So London based, are you then?
Yeah. We're just outside. We're down in Essex.
Down in Essex.
Oh, Essex boys.
Okay. I don't spend a lot of time down south. I'd love to just learn more about what the music industry is like down there and what it feels like to be an artist in a band. What's the music community like around you?
It's obviously London as a place is just so fucking huge that I suppose it's like you do get the subcultures and things. Like Camden's always been a big thing, where every pub, every bar for like a 5-mile stretch has got a singer, a band playing in there. So there was always like a hub to get to. But I suppose we're quite lucky. So we grew up in like say our friendship like. Our group of pals from when we was at school, there's 20 of us and we're all doing something along these lines. Like some of them are, all in bands or work in film or stuff. So there's always been like a creative culture around us. And in London, obviously, like on our doorstep, there was always gigs to be played to fucking Freeman and their dog.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so just from where I'm from, Sheffield, it's not that and Manchester in a smaller way. There's not as many it's not like that. It's different up north. It feels like it might be a little bit more difficult up north because, well, I can't speak for you guys down there, but having all that creativity and you say on every corner there's live music. It's not quite like that up here as much.
Yeah.
Do you feel privileged to have that?
See, it's funny, isn't it, you say that, because we always think the other way, because I reckon like if you're like sort of doing what you're doing in a place like that when there's not loads of it about and you're good at what you do, it feels like you could create like a bit of a buzz quicker maybe because like the landscape ain't as massive. Who fucking knows? Do you know what I mean? It's one.
I know, yeah, I know.
If
Hey,
you're
mate,
good, you know, you fancy yourself, don't you? So wherever you are,
yeah.
go.
I suppose as an interviewer and doing like over hundreds of these interviews with people, I'm trying to always look for like the origins of stuff, and sometimes it's just not there. It just comes down to you being good and being noticed, and a few people tag along with it. They bring the mates, and then it kind of just builds up naturally.
Yeah, man, it's fucking like it ain't hard, is it? Write
Yeah,
choruses, don't like write something that someone's gonna take home with them, and then and they will take it home with them, and it just goes from there, doesn't it? I know that's like a simple way of putting it, but
yeah,
I don't know any other way of putting it. Like we never thought
yeah,
too much about anything else. Just write good tunes and fucking go and play them.
yeah. Well, your latest single, "Where Do You Belong," came out this month.
Yeah.
Where do you belong, Jack? Where's home for you?
So we're Romford, so
Right.
it's like it's Essex really. It's like the last corner of London, I
Okay.
suppose.
Right.
It's just a classic fucking working class town. There's a dog track which was
Nice.
every Friday, Saturday night.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, man, and we're all pretty much like still knocking about round there. Um, and it's like it's normal, but it's fucking it's good normal. Do you know what I mean? It's for the normal people. I struggle with that sometimes. You go to these
Yeah.
poncy parts of London and everyone thinks they're fucking
Yeah.
Damien Hirst or something. Do you know what I mean? So we never had that. It was always just like pub culture and shit like that, which I suppose is why we make the music that we do. It's never like we
Mm.
were never trying to be too clever with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, do you like, growing up in those type of areas, there's always somebody that's going to keep you on your toes, I suppose. You can't get too above yourself, I suppose, in working class areas. And
Oh mate, our
I'm
mates would
100% from one of them. I get that.
yeah, our mates would fucking slaughter us. Like if we were ever out in the pub and someone recognises us, they absolutely fucking coat us for the next 2 hours. Keep your head down.
Yeah, keep your head down. Okay, so I'm always interested in the origins of a band there. So rewind, young Jack in Romford, growing up, just coming out of school. But when did like music start to become a thing in your life, mate? Tell us about the origins of you getting into music.
So it was always a thing. Like my old man was like child of the '60s and that. So
Yeah.
he always listened to good music. Do you know what I mean? He always had like the Who, the Stones, Beatles, that sort of stuff playing. So it was always there. I was always into like good music. You know, when we were growing up, where we were growing up, it was all like fucking grime and that, and it just did nothing for me. I never ever got on that sort of boat. Like so I was always into it, and to be honest, it weren't something that you shouted about, like you play guitar and you write songs. It was a bit fucking, people were a bit like, "Is he all right?" So I never really said nothing. And the older you get, like music came around. So obviously, like the big things growing up was the classic British rock and roll stuff, like the Verve and Oasis and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so you just started going to music festivals and things like just for a piss up with me mates, and like everyone got more involved in it. And to be honest, we just used to lie to people, like girls mainly, telling them we were in a band trying to fucking give off. And we were sat around did the classic like 3 o'clock in the morning around a campfire once, been chatting shit to these girls all night, telling them we were in a band. And someone produced a guitar and absolutely put us on the spot. So everyone's looked at me, panicked. And I had written tunes like I mean, like I say, they weren't fucking great, but so someone gave me a guitar and I played the tune, and the boys who were in the first version of the band, they gave the game away immediately because as soon as I finished, they said, "Fuck off, you wrote that."
Nice.
Yeah, and on the way home, I was like, right, I want to do this. So on the way home, we went on eBay. I bought down a drum kit for 50 quid.
Nice.
I bought the bass player a bass for 50 quid, and we were fucking off and running.
Right. Okay. So the origins of the bit. So was that a different name than that band then back
Ah,
then?
it's always been the Bracknell.
Has it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So has the lineup changed then a few times? Did you say?
Yeah, yeah. We start. I mean, me and Dan have always been there. So Dan's the like always been in it.
Yeah.
But then Ed who's on guitar, he was always like again like in our sort of our world down here, and he's like a mega musician. So you just find these people, don't you? And if
Yeah.
it works, it works. And I was like, obviously, this is now the last version that there'll be of the band, so it's all worked out.
Nice, nice. So, like, so yeah. Verve, Oasis, those type of inspirations. You could tell in the music. I was in an indie band too, mate, for many years, and you do get a little bit like snobbishness around people when you say when I don't know. I presume you've been called like Oasis band and that kind of stuff. You seem like you see the same kind of area to me, and that won't be news to you, I presume.
Yeah, yeah, but
I
it's
had that
funny
in my
actually.
band, and it's just like it's just one of those things, isn't it? You just have to like brush it off and just say, "No, fuck
Yeah,
off the good tunes."
yeah, these blokes who are listening to the National fucking just on their head in a bathtub thinking it's fucking
Yeah,
art. Like, who cares, mate? Give me a chorus. Like, that's all
yeah,
I like. But it's funny actually because yeah, it was a bit of a thing like oh, it's just a verb, and then since they came back, and now it's fucking World and his
okay,
wife's there, aren't they? Loving
yeah.
it. I had one at a wedding once, and they were at the fucking gigs.
So, are you in the lucky position to be able to do this full time, or do you have to work and that kind of stuff and all?
No, we still work, so we're fucking
Yeah,
we're slowly trudging our way there, obviously.
yeah,
But yeah, man, we all work. We like that's the graft of it, you know. We're all either on building sites or just fucking like little office jobs, and then we're
yeah, yeah.
4 nights a week till the early hours cracking on. But that's the love of the game, isn't it?
Yeah, so it started to pick up just after COVID then. So I presume was it like a bit of a reflection time when COVID all kicked off and the world went to shit? Was that about like a bit of a crossroads for you as a band? Is it like we're going to crack on now or never type thing? Have you ever thought about that?
No, we'd always taken it like pretty seriously. Like we'd always had a
Yeah,
good go at it, and I think like for maybe a couple of years before COVID, like we had good tunes and we knew we were on something. And I don't know.
yeah,
I think it might have been as simple as more people were listening or more people like social media as well. Like
yeah,
we've never been amazing with social media. It's not something that comes naturally to us. So I think in that time maybe we sort of knuckled down on that a bit and started, really pumping ourselves. And we did a video for I don't understand it. Like it was it was COVID, so you couldn't leave the house. So we just got our mate with his camera. We bought some flares off the internet, and we just walked up the road twice, singing the song, letting some flares off, and that. Like the video took 10 minutes to do because, like, what else could you do? And we put it up, and it just sort of snowballed. So I think it might be as simple as like more people were tapped into like new music because people weren't going out to gigs. So
yeah.
to find your thing, you had to, it was all online, wasn't it?
I don't know anybody that enjoyed it. Like all these interviews that I do, I think that there's only a tiny percentage of people that enjoy doing all the social media stuff.
Oh,
Honestly,
yeah,
it's fucking
it's
horrendous.
killer, isn't it? Yeah, to be a great band now, the fact that you have to know algorithms and shit, like
I don't
beyond
think
me.
anybody knows what what
No,
an
no,
algorithm is. It's just one of them things people say, you know, like let's catch an algorithm. What's that
no.
mean? What's that? Can somebody explain that to me in the comments of people watching this video or listening? Leave
Yeah,
explain what a fucking algorithm is because I've heard about these things, but
yeah,
and people are like slaves to them, aren't they? Sometimes and all it's annoying.
yeah. Fucking boring's what it is.
Philip. Okay. So you had to kind of like, play the game a little bit and learn and do some videos and just get better at that side of
But there
things.
was just nothing else to do, would you? Like
Yeah.
we'd normally be in a room 3 or 4 times a week playing. You couldn't do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So like, and it's like you couldn't use it. It couldn't be dead time. You can't just fucking stop for 3 years, can you? Or two
Yeah.
years, whatever it was. So you had to do something. So we got all nerdy about it.
You went for it. Good luck. Good luck. So like, so how long has the Bracknell been the Bracknell then? How many years deep into this thing are you?
I mean, seriously, probably a couple of years before COVID. Like we were
Right.
always doing it, but it was
7 years ish, something like that.
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we
And what's been like the biggest challenge? Forget COVID and that, we've all moved
yeah.
on from that. But like, what's been like the biggest challenge that you've had to work through being in a band and keeping it going?
You know what? It's like it's such an old cliche, but like everything to do everything costs a fucking fortune. So like you're just scraping it together to make it happen. Like, which again, there's a buzz to it. Do you know what I mean? Because
Mm,
it makes you work for it. But there's things like you need to get to the next thing, and it's always like a risk. So like the next show, like
mm,
all right, we got to go to that next show. We're putting ourselves under it again, but where's the risk level? Like we've always been pretty balls out. We've gone for it, so it's doing us well. But yeah, I just think like it costs a fortune, and there's like not. You obviously get some people that champion it, like you've got things like This Feeling's a perfect example. Like they are like the governors for it. Like they're amazing at helping new bands get out there and get seen. But that is just hard because before you've done anything, renting a van, rehearsing, before you even put a tune out, you're in a hole, aren't you?
I'm feeling that right now. I've just gone balls deep into booking the Deaf Institute 2 stages next year for like the first RGM music festival thing.
Oh, nice.
I got quoted to hire it. I got quoted 1,100 quid to hire it. And then I realized it wasn't inclusive of VAT. So straight away you've got another 300 quid on top of that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And then
exactly.
I've got to hire drum kits, and then all these costs are coming out and stuff. So it's kind of like I feel exactly the same as that with this festival that I've like forced myself into do. I need a new challenge. I want something fresh. I want something new. But it's fucking scary, isn't it, when you see the bills coming in and how much these things cost to put on and you do
Yes, and
well.
that's where I'm guessing that like that's where half the fucking music venues in the country are gone because
Yeah,
like, if we, if bands are feeling the pinch, and I think everyone is like, it's just hard.
yeah,
But it
yeah.
is that classic thing, like the old Wayne's World. If you book it, they will come. Like fortune favors the brave, doesn't it? You either sit there and do it, or you just go and take it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, I kind of feel like I've been doing like RGM for many years now, and I just think it's really exciting. It's keeping me up a little bit longer at night, just planning it and just trying to get things right in my own head.
Yeah,
Just trying to get my head round what have I done.
yeah,
But I'm kind of like I like complaining about exciting stuff really as well.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you'd be bored if you weren't doing it, wouldn't you?
So where do the tunes come from? Do they fall from the sky? Do they take a while to write? And being in a band that's had as many releases as you have, how has the challenge of writing changed and developed for you as a lead singer and the head person of the Bracknell?
Yeah, I mean, like we've never struggled writing tunes. Like we've always had things. I'm lucky. Like obviously, I do my bit, and we've also got Ed and Harry, my brother, who plays guitar as well. Like everyone's always got something, and I think like we've got a pretty good idea of what we want it to be. So we've never really struggled with that. I think they all come differently, don't they? You get some
Yeah,
tunes where you get in a room like and 20 minutes later you've got it, and some you fucking labour over forever. But I'm not. I don't think that's a great thing. Like when we released our album last year, and we just gave ourselves 6 weeks to write it. So we just locked ourselves away and we wrote the whole album in 6 weeks and recorded it in two. Like I mean, there's such a thing as like overthinking it, isn't there? And
yeah.
you can tell pretty early on if something's got something or not. Like if it's got something that you want to crack on with, then fairly soon, I reckon.
Yeah, so as the writer, do you know when a song's finished quite quick then? Because a lot of people can hover over, yeah, is it finished? Do I need another fucking bit of ride cymbal on that track over there for a little bit? You know what I mean? When you come to,
Yeah, yeah.
particularly when you're in the studio.
Yeah,
Um,
so I'm not a details man. I'm a vibesman. Like,
right, yeah.
so I'll always think it's finished about 3 weeks before it's finished, and
Okay, fair
Ed
enough.
and Harry and Dan sort of put the glitter on it. Like, but like
Oh,
you
so
you know,
you're away in the pub while they're finishing it off then. You've done your bit.
yeah,
Is that it?
I wouldn't get away with that. I'm sort of sat in the corner on my phone or something. Yeah,
Right,
let them
so,
decide what fucking ride symbol needs to go on it.
fair enough. And how have you like as a rock and roll band, indie band, whatever label anybody wants to put on music these days? How do you uh, uh, how do you get ready for the challenge of performing a recorded song?
Again, so we're not like, it must be hard for some of these bands, but we're pretty much what we are. We're like, we're 4 or 5 blokes in a room
Yeah,
playing loud guitars. So we never, when we finish it in a room before we go to a studio, all right, there's bits and pieces, but we always come away with it. It's pretty much what it is. So in terms of recreating it live, they're all live tunes. We wrote them as live tunes. We don't go into a studio and just wing it. Like we're in a rehearsal room, like writing these songs. So we've never struggled with that. In terms of like like when you're getting out there, that's always a buzz playing a new one. Like we obviously released Where I Belong a couple of weeks ago. We got some, you know, we'll have some new ones out before the festivals in the summer. So that's always the buzz playing new tunes, isn't it?
I just think back to like early Kasabian or later Beatles, that kind of stuff, where you just think there's no way they're going to be able to play that live.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you need people on computers pressing samples and shit like that, and it's just like, nah, it's too much.
Yeah, look, if you've got like the resources, like, and you can have 14 people up there, then
Yeah, yeah,
amazing, like, because you would, wouldn't you? I mean, listen, that
yeah,
Kasabian stuff sound like live is just enormous.
yeah,
And so if you can, why not? But you know, where we are, it's four blokes, lab guitars,
yeah.
you know, and it is what it is.
So there's no like daft six string basses or all like that around. It's traditional. It's just fucking rhythm, lead,
Yeah,
bass,
no kazoo
drum,
solos yet, but we're
percussion,
fucking
no
we're getting
scissors.
there. No, I'm not writing the scissors off yet though, but
Okay.
not.
No, fair enough. Well, it's kind of it must feel quite nice that you know who you are. There's a lot of people out there that don't, and they're trying to search for something that they think they are when they're not, and it can confuse a lot of artists. I think when they're stretching to find something that may not be there, it must be quite comfortable or comforting, knowing who you are and knowing what you do and knowing that people like that.
Yeah, man, and like I think it's some bands get it right out the gate. Some bands take a while to find it, don't they? Like
Mm.
to be, just know what you are, and when you play live, you feel it.
Yeah.
But I I think that it's done us a massive favor, like the way that we are. Whenever we go in a room, anyone's trying to book us for a show, or like, you know, we can do this for you, we can do that for you. We know what we are. We ain't listening to them, like, which is a good thing. Do you know what I mean? I always think we've
Yeah.
never waited around for anyone to tell us what to do or where to go. We've just done it.
Yeah.
I
Nice.
think you got to be like that now.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's exciting times. This time of year is my favorite time of year. Festivals are just upon us.
Yeah,
I think it's the most enjoyable time for a band this time of year when those big festival stages are upon you and you're doing them and you get into the circuit and just being around all those like little rooms where bands are around the festival scenes. How
yeah.
is that similar kind of experience for you, or do you have a different experience with it?
Yeah, they're different, aren't they? Obviously, going and playing your own shows, like they're your people. You know, you pretty much know every night what the reaction is going to be. You know the
Yeah,
bits they're going to sing back. You know the points. Like, obviously, playing festivals is there's an element of like winning people over, which is
yeah.
great. Like, but yeah, like you say, like getting in amongst it, having the day with other bands, listening to other bands. It is the summer is great as well. It's fucking.
And it's not pissing it down anymore. I've just been out this morning. I've been to the gym this morning in Manchester and it's nice and warm. I'm like, fucking hell, what's
It's never warm in Manchester. You're lying.
I'm not.
Never been warm in
One day
Manchester.
we get it there. We've had it today. Brilliant. So what tunes are you listening to at the minute? Any new bands that have perked your ears up recently or you've got involved with that are new to you?
New bands. I'm like listening to like. I mean, I'm like I'd never stray too far from the mothership. You know what I mean? I've got
Me
like
too.
yeah,
Yeah, I always get slagged off for like for same old shit all my life, but I fucking love it. It's what I like. It's what changes me.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
what
Like
I'm passionate
you
about.
know, there is new bands out. Like you got bands like obviously Pastel, Rollard,
Mm.
Slates, people like that. Like I'm into all
Yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff. But if the sun comes out and I am not playing the Stone Roses, then something's wrong.
What's going
Like
on?
just work. Doesn't it?
Well, you played a Stone Roses song at Bridlington, didn't you, overnight?
Yeah, well, we when we obviously watching them live at when they came back at Eaton Park, like
Yeah.
watching like the jams and the wig outs and stuff, like fucking just unbelievable. So sort of when we finish one of our tunes at the end, we sort of go into this mad wig out and we do a bit of a Roses cover. Yeah, Love Spreads.
Yeah, well, I made a note of that. You kind of like, that song is so iconic and everybody's just aware of it.
Yeah,
But you did put your own Bracknell twist on it. You did make it your own, and that's really all to do with those iconic songs, isn't it?
yeah. Do you know what? It was like like I'm saying, it's a bit of inspired by them at Eaton Park. Like they do, like
Yeah,
the middle of the tunes, they go on like these sort of 4 or 5 minute meanders and then get back to it, and it's just
I was
fucking like
there.
it was
Fucking
great.
amazing. Class, that,
Yeah,
innit? Just like,
unreal, wasn't it?
you just like, you lose yourself as a fan, innit? You forget. It like puts you in a bit of a trance, doesn't it? You just forget where you
Yeah,
are for a minute and you think, oh, fucking hell, we're back.
yeah,
Back
exactly.
again.
Yeah, and it was never boring like some bands do it, and you think, "Fuck off, mate, give me the chorus." Like it was never that. It was like
Yeah.
it was so moody and baggy. Yeah, it was amazing. Like them shows were unreal, weren't they?
I'm off to watch the Cases tonight. I had him on the podcast a few weeks ago in Manchester. Mikey's coming
Oh
up,
yeah,
so I'm going for a beer with Mikey in a bit, and we're going to watch the Cases at
nice.
Gorilla tonight. All right, right, enjoying that. I've had them on me in my ears for the last couple of weeks. You mentioned it earlier. This feeling, they're just so committed to getting bands outside of their own hometowns and getting them out on the road, aren't they? I just wanted to second what you mentioned earlier about this feeling. It's just, just being in around that crowd and how they create an environment, a safe environment for fans to be. And there's a lot of people that come to gigs on their own to these type of gigs as well that feel safe, and it's a community, and it's a special thing they've created, isn't it?
Yeah, they also just love the music. Like that's the
Yeah.
other thing that like straight away jumps out. Like it's not just like there's a few quid in this. Like they actually
Yeah.
fucking like what they do, which is massive because there's loads of shysters out there and they just
Yeah.
ain't that, are they?
Yeah. Yeah, so and there's nothing wrong with making a few quid from it if you're creating these moments for
Oh,
people. You're creating
absolutely.
something
Like
special. People shy away from that. They think because you've made some money from something that's not a good thing. But fucking
oh,
hell,
mate, I can't wait to fucking lord it up over everyone else in like a solid gold Rolls Royce. You'll know about it. Don't worry about that.
is that what you're gonna get for first big massive paycheck? For
Solid gold one, yeah.
solid golf or driving around Romford? What would your mate say?
I would be driven. I won't be in the front seat, mate. I'll
Oh,
be in the
okay, fair enough. Okay, you'll be in the back like Monopoly, man. What would your mate say to you if they saw you doing that?
I won't hang around with them no more. They'll be gone. They'll be in the dust, mate. I won't care what they say.
I love it, love it. Well, so you mentioned earlier on in the chat, and I'm really enjoying just getting to know the band a little bit. But I know we've covered, the band on RGM throughout the years and that kind of stuff. But nothing beats just sitting down and having a good chat, does it really?
No,
And so, what's the next ambition for the Bracknell then? Because you mentioned earlier that you're always looking at the next thing, the next thing. I know you moved on from Bidlington, and that were only 2 weeks ago, and you're looking forward to the tour now and Isle of Wight
yeah.
Festival and all that kind of stuff, new music. What's the next ambition that the Bracknell has in its way?
Again, we've never been like massive milestone blokes. Like,
Yeah,
obviously, we love where it's at now. So just bigger and bigger.
yeah,
Like, I don't, we want to be doing this full time properly. We're
yeah,
we're we're getting there. We're yeah, just make every show bigger.
yeah,
Like this is the tour we're going to go on in November. Is the biggest tour we'd have done. We've
yeah,
got Coco at the end of that year in London, which is like a proper iconic venue. Been to see some absolute bods there. So it's just that you just keep that going. I'm sure we'll do another record like before long. The last one got to what was it, number 3 in the Independents. It broke the top 100. So let's fucking go to number 1, eh?
yeah. There we go. Nice one. Okay, so the tour's in November. Festival season's kicking off before that.
Yeah.
So have you got like a spare moment in your calendar where you think that's where we can write a few tunes, or do you just like to take a bit of a break from it all, really? Because is there anything else that you do away from music that you that you need time to do as well, apart from like family and stuff?
Yeah, world of football, but we won't mention that
Oh,
for
okay. Go on.
sort of.
We're at Spurs, are you?
Yeah, yeah. You took
Uh,
great pleasure in telling me that you wanted Spurs to go down last week.
I did. I did.
So
I don't think I'm on my own though. It's just one of those unique moments in football.
yeah, it's the fascination of it, isn't it?
People just want to see that happen, and they've seen West Ham go down before. So I think
No,
just from the football community,
no, I get it.
it'd
It's
be
the
funny.
fascination, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think we probably are, but that's enough of
Do
that.
you reckon?
Yeah, in
Okay.
terms of the writing, like we're always writing. Like so, say we're recording at the minute. We're doing an EP at the minute. So
Yeah.
in between shows, we'll just be in record writing. We're away recording this week. We're up with Rich McNamara from Embrace, like
Nice.
recording up in his place in Halifax. So he did the first tune, Where I Belong.
Yeah.
We've got one more recorded, so we're going to go and do another few there for the EP that's coming out in October.
What extra did he bring to the record? You know, recording with someone from like that.
Yeah, he's obviously got like a great he's a guitarist, you know, so
Yeah.
he's into that thing. He's from, I suppose, like a sensibility of how we write songs, his choruses and its melodies, and so yeah, he's been great, man, and he's just a fucking quality dude, you know. So there's nothing worse, you know. You sat in a studio with someone 10 hours a day. If they're a knob, you're in trouble, and he's
Okay.
teaser, so we're all right.
Yeah, nice. Okay, okay. So the tours it kicks off on the 19th of November in Bristol. There's a link in the description of this podcast that takes you straight to your link tree, to your tunes, to your music, to everything else on there. Is there any message that you'd like before I let you get off today? And thanks for joining us, mate. It's been a pleasure. Is there a message that you'd like to leave the Bracknell fans, the massive, you know, the ultras? Is there a message you'd like to leave for them before they click on that link and buy a ticket for your tour?
We love yous. Now, listen, every fucking good band is good. It's when you get in a room with everyone and you know you have a good fan base in a good venue. That's what makes it great, doesn't it? It's such an old cliche, but we're always on the money, you know. And it's whatever the crowd gives you back. That's what decides it. So we love yous. Onwards and upwards. We'll be around an awful lot.
Thanks, Jack. Well, if it happens, mate, come to Bramall Lane next season. We'll go for a jar, mate.
Oh, I'll be there. Don't worry about that. There's a few championship grounds I've earmarked, mate.
Yeah,
I'll be
nice.
there.
Fair enough, mate. Well, all the best. And I genuinely don't want anything bad for Spurs, by the way. I just think from the football community, it'll just be interesting to see a big team like
I
that.
get it, mate. Look, when Villa went, when Leeds went, when Newcastle went, we all
When
wanted them
Sheffield
coming.
United went,
Yeah,
but it's not. I know it's not the same. But, thanks, Jack, mate. All the best, and up the Spurs. I am only joking, and all the best, mate. I'll see you on the road. Thanks for joining us.
yes, mate. To the geezer.